Hey everybody, welcome back. We're doing part 2 of Simple First Aid today, so stay tuned.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is an object in the eye. One of the worst things that I can think of that happens up at camp. You know, you got one of those gnats buzzing around you, and then by chance that gnat flies straight into your eye and gets you. When that bug gets in your eye, a couple ways you can try and get it out. One is by blinking a bunch. It gets your tear ducts going, and what those can do is just flush out that bug, get it out of your system. Another thing you could do, you could either use 1, eye drops, or 2, just, some regular water, flush your eyes out, get whatever it is out. Irritated eyes are no joke.
But, you can get other things in your eyes too, Molloy.
Bigger things.
Bigger things like sticks. What do you do when you get a stick in the eye? Or some other thing that's large and substantial and dangerous?
Well, what you're going to want to do is, if there's something really large that's kind of dangerous, that's poking into your eye big time, is you're not going to want to move whatever it is. Don't want to move that object, because if you move that object, you're only going to damage your eye further. So if you're doing what he's doing and moving your eyes all crazy around while you've got that object in your eye, it risks further injury to the eye, and if you want to see out of that eye, you don't want to injure it further.
So some of the things that you can do, you can take a styrofoam cup, cut a hole in the end of it, and kind of make it short enough so that it'll rest with whatever is in your eye kind of poking just right out of that cup. And then you can fasten it to your face with some bandages. That way the cup will kind of stay stable and hold whatever is in your eye in place. But then you just have to make sure that you are doing your part too, to just unfocus your eyes and look straight, okay? Because like Molloy said, if you move it around, that's only going to create more problems for you down the line.
Whatever you do, do not take it out on your own. Do not move it on your own. Wait for the help of a medical professional.
Right. So lastly, for this video, we're going to cover some puncture wounds, okay? Now, puncture wounds can range from something as simple as a splinter to something more serious like a nail or a fish hook. So, Molloy, what are you going to do if you got a splinter?
You're going to want to use tweezers. Tweezers are a safe and sterile way to take out those splinters. So by using tweezers, go ahead, take it out slowly. Splinters aren't a huge deal, but you want to be more safe than sorry when dealing with a splinter. So when you take it out, make sure you clean it, keep the wound nice and sanitary.
Sometimes splinters can be really nasty and just like stay in your skin. If it gets to the point where you're like digging in your skin to try and get the splinter out, just leave it alone. Because, skin is constantly kind of growing and dying and falling off and whatever, eventually your skin's just going to push that splinter out. So if it's deep and you can't deal with it, just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get infected, just keep washing it, and eventually that splinter will be gone and you'll be okay. But you can also get other things stuck in your skin. So if you find yourself in a situation where you've stepped on a nail or a stick or something like that, and now you have a big bleeding hole in your body, what you want to do is immediately wash it out, okay? Nails especially can contain a lot of nasty bacteria that can create, really bad infections. So what you want to do is wash it out as quickly as possible, put some triple antibiotic ointment on there, and then cover it up with a gauze pad. And again, just keep an eye on it, watch it, make sure it doesn't get infected. But you should be okay otherwise there. But you might also find yourself out fishing. And all of a sudden, your pal down at the end of the dock is out. He's casting, he's casting his line, reeling it in. He's casting his line, he's reeling it in. And then he goes to cast one big one because he's trying to go for that fat marlin out the ways.
In Lake Killian.
And as he's, pulling back, all of a sudden, ow! He You got a fish hook in your face.
What?
First of all, what a jerk. Like,
Oh, hey, maybe it was an accident, okay?
okay,
Zoodle?
fine. All right. You
Anyways.
take this one.
First, you're going to make sure your fishing buddy knows that it's okay that you got a fish hook in your face. Now, second, where you want to do is you don't want to wiggle that fish hook around because, again, it's already in you, so you don't want to cause any further damage. But as for removing it, fish hooks have a little barb on the end so that they get caught in the fish's mouth, right? But that barb can pose a danger when you're trying to take the fish hook out of you if it gets stuck inside you. A couple things you could do. First off is, one, snip the barb off and then pull the fish hook out so the barb's not an issue. Or if that's not a possibility, you could actually take the fish hook, keep pulling it out, snip your line and then pull it out the way it went in, and then you don't have to deal with that barb going back through your skin or anything.
Mm-hmm. So for a lot of these situations, really, it kind of comes down to washing the wound and keeping it covered with some antibiotic ointment on there to prevent infection. Beyond that, none of these situations are really going to cause, potential long-term harm, except for maybe the object in the eye. So just as long as you're careful and making sure you're staying safe and staying smart, hopefully you can avoid a lot of these situations. These things happen, so it's always good to be prepared and know how to take care of them. So thank you again for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Thank you.